Eighth grade is a lot. It's the culmination of middle school. It's a time when you youth are exploring who you are and who you want to be, understanding yourselves as part of a larger world, and are starting to feel ready for what lies ahead, high school and beyond. All of these are a huge part of what happens in 8th grade. But middle schoolers are often left out of educational opportunities that allow you to explore who you are, what is going on around you, and the changes you can make, and the stories you can tell. Since 2018, Minnesota Youth Story Squad has been partnered with Northeast Middle School to create these educational opportunities. Minnesota Youth Story Squad amplifies youth voices in Minneapolis and St. Paul public schools because we know you 8th graders have so much to say. For the last 4 years, every spring, MYSS University of Minnesota undergraduate mentors descend on Mr. Sean Baldwin's classroom weekly to play games, run workshops, do storytelling, host spoken word poetry, and offer other creative modes of expression to support 8th graders in discussing what matters to them. This year's class has been through even more. You started middle school and then COVID hit. You have witnessed and even protested against racial injustice. You watched and supported as your teachers went on strike in protest of their rights as educators as well as your rights as students. It has been a rough few years for you and for all of us, and we wanted to be here with you through everything. You have faced so many local and global challenges, and we see that you have been transformed by these events and are showing us how you are leaders, storytellers, artists, and thinkers who already have changed the world. As always, though, knowledge and teaching didn't transfer unidirectionally from interns to students. While enjoying our time with NEMS 8th graders, we interns had the great opportunity of supporting them in 3 student-led walkouts over the course of the school year. During these walkouts, we saw them gain the attention of all of Minneapolis and start a wave of student-led walkouts throughout the state of Minnesota. Over the years, we have heard over and over again that youth are worried about our planet. We wanted to make sure that 8th graders feel like they learned about our specific global crisis and what we and others can do to meet this challenge. This spring, MYSS piloted a new environmental justice program with NEMS 8th graders. We explored what environmental racism means to youth who grew up in neighborhoods inhaling toxic pollution, lack access to healthy, affordable foods, or worry about what their future looks like in a climate-changed world. Through weekly hands-on critical thinking activities, students had the opportunity to understand how environmental justice is a movement to resist inequities in our environment and to envision a world where everyone shares resources and leadership in environmental decision-making. While we didn't shy away from the hard truths of environmental injustice, MYSS emphasized joy and action in the movement through creative activities. We discussed nourishment and the cultural importance of food while undergraduate mentors shared their favorite snacks. We learned that food justice means having the ability to both grow one's own food and support the wildlife that sustains our food webs. So we planted vegetables and created clay and soil bombs with native flower seeds. Inspired by a lesson on youth climate leaders around the world, 8th graders expressed their views on climate change and environmental degradation through collaging and button-making activities. We had a lot of fun this year. One day, one of our 8th graders, Cooper Brahms, created an incredible rap after learning about the Green New Deal legislative initiatives cropping up across the United States that are meant to address environmental inequities through green jobs, renewable energy, and mass transit.
Okay. Change the dirt, do the work like I said it, Going green, green bean like the Celtics, Run it up through the woods, I'ma tell it, ECO, go green, I'ma spell it, Green New Deal, eat a healthy meal, gotta keep it real, I'ma see the deal. Talking climate change, need to rearrange, got me feeling strange, world need to change.
For Earth Day, we celebrated with relay races in the auditorium. Could students complete a green transition using mass transit, water conservation, or wind energy? We heard your incredible spoken words when we hosted artist Frank Santuali for a 1-week residency where students learned how to create spoken word poetry on justice-focused topics that were meaningful to you. Check out some of the incredible poems of our spoken word slam.
The sway, the flow changes me, go from sad to happy. My joy is in the friends that I meet, smiles and giggles like children at a park on a summer day. These moments and memories shape me and make me me.
Now as my mind argues about what I'm about to rap about, I guess the world thinks I'm tapping out, but I only just began. Got the ambition of a man that's been dragged through the sand within the California land without a penny in his hand.
Singing along to the slow, smooth tunes of a guitar, sometimes writing my own songs. Maybe that's my reason. To make people feel seen, to write music that speaks to them, to make them see there's a reason for breathing, to make people happy with the way they look, laugh, even speak.
The strike is something I feel as a union, a community, a union. She's absolutely right. The strike ended with a difficult vote, a vote that was given to them purposely to divide them and rip them apart like dividing a school of fish. But there is a way to stay together as a unit.
This is what I need. No more plastic, no more waste, because at this place y'all gonna kill me. This is not thrilling. Okay, you can fix it. Pick up some trash or this roll will crash. We have all the cash. Time is ticking. Help the animals, they're dying.
We also hosted Adventures in Cardboard, a Minneapolis-based camp where artist instructors guide students in using their imagination to create, design, and construct a world through cardboard where students feel safe and included. This work took place in NEMS Courtyard, where you designed incredible spaces, a hospital and pharmacy, a cooperative mansion, a basketball court and soccer field, a tea house, a wind-powered home with a roof and vegetable garden, a cafe, a zoo, a food truck, and so much more. Our final project was a collaborative mural constructed by each 8th grader. Juxtaposition Arts resident Ezra Wilson Nosner asked you one question. What does an environmentally just future look like? You answered this question with one-word answers written in graphic graffiti over a black and white collage of environmental justice-themed poems, imageries, and articles. The result, displayed in the NEMS auditorium, is a collection of inspiring, defiant answers. It's a time capsule that captures the perspective of future changemakers with whom each one of us at Minnesota Youth Starry Squad were honored to learn alongside all year. Throughout this year, we watched you become humble, passionate, and determined leaders right before our eyes, showing us yet again that as much as we interns believe that we are teaching you, you already have the tools and you are teaching us and leading us right back.
It's a future where there's less carbon emissions, obviously. There are less deforestation, so animals don't lose their homes. Animals are in better farming conditions where they're not just all pent up in metal coops in a factory and things of that nature.
For me, a lot more recycling, clean air, and no pollution.
I want more solar fields.
Less carbon emissions and no climate change.
Hi, my name is Abdi. One thing I learned from y'all lessons were, like, this is our world. If we don't clean it up, it's gonna be messed up. And we're not gonna have a world for our next kids and our future kids, grandkids. Yeah.
My name is Isaiah. One thing I learned this year was about the incinerator and how much it pollutes our earth and how bad it is. And I believe that we should get rid of incinerators and work on our recycling more.
My name is Hebrew, and one thing I learned from this class is that you have to keep working to make the earth clean.
Hi, I'm Xander Bloden, and one thing I like about the Minnesota Youth Story Squad is how it's different every Friday, and it's not boring, and we got to try some cool food.
Did you learn anything? Like one thing you learned?
Yeah, I learned kind of about different ways to help the environment, and I've learned about other cultures and other people.
So my name's Ari. My favorite thing that we've done is we made a bunch of pins. Now I have a jar full of pins, so we have to get my own pin maker. And one of the pins that I have that relates to environmental justice is it's kind of like a little grass one, just like of a tree. I think it's pretty cool.
My name's Cooper Brahms, and this year with the Minnesota Story Youth Squad, they've helped me learn about a lot about social justice and economic justice and problems with the world that's going around that I didn't even know about in my area.
Environmental justice in my neighborhood will look like more green and more, trees and flowers and people out throwing their trash away and just being a good community to our community, being good people.
To me, environmental justice looks like connection between communities and the earth. That could be understanding of your culture and how you can express the values of your culture, maybe through natural growing food, right? And being able to access that in your neighborhood.
Environmental justice looks like clean water.
I like the green trees around every spring, and I think that's very important to environmental justice, to me.
Environmental justice to me is like clean air, clean food, organic food, all that stuff,
I want the world around me to be clean and free of pollution, so it's free to all to use.
This year with you all has truly been one that we at Minnesota Youth Story Squad will never forget. Congratulations, 8th grade class of 2022 and your family and friends. We are so incredibly proud of you.